Welcome back, guys. My name's Senne van Loek, and today we are going to be taking an absolute minimalist camera setup, being a GoPro, a lav mic, and a voice recorder. Dude, please, I'm recording. And we're gonna take that, and together we're gonna make a cup of ginger tea.
But not today, just stay.
So thanks for tuning in, guys. This week's vlog came to me as an idea after having a talk with my friend Bert, and he's a professional drummer musician, and he created a very cool musical concept, which I hope he releases soon, and he needs some video clips on this. As we're all in lockdown, he was thinking, like, I'm gonna try to do this myself, and he came to me having the question, hey dude, I have a few GoPros, can I use this to just record myself, and will it look any good, or do you have any ideas? That in itself triggered me to having the idea for today's vlog is just to make a very boring cup of ginger tea. I'm going to try to do it in two sequences, one being pretty snappy, one being pretty moody. I don't have any idea if this is going to actually work, but we're going to have to try it out anyways. A fun part about today's video is going to be that I'm going to attempt to capture all the audio myself. I'm going to try to add some music, playing some guitar probably, and adding the soundscape and all the sounds of the stuff we're doing. I'm going to try to record separately to create an audio track that makes a lot of sense and maybe has more impact. The sound for the knife, we're going to use an aluminum thermos thingy. And so when you're watching a video, audio is at least as important as video. So today we're going to try to up the audio a little bit using cheap gear. So most of the shots I'm going to do are going to be shot on the GoPro. I might add in the Nikon. The Nikon has a 24mm on it, so any shot I do use the Nikon could be mimicked using the GoPro anyway, but the Nikon might just speed up my workflow a bit, or maybe just give me a little bit of advantage in depth of field in some shots. So without further ado, let's try to get the first sequence going. So I got background to number one. I played a lot of mistakes, but it's going to be background music, so, you know. We're going to try to go for a second one, which is going to be a little bit more melancholic for the second edit. Whoa, okay, that took me a lot longer than I thought it would. So we are by now the next day. I figured I'd put on the same shirt just to make like a consistency in the video. It took me quite some hours editing and getting through the footage, recording it. It took a lot more time than I thought. The aspects that took longer was thinking of shots that would make sense, like, so if I'm gonna make tea, I'm gonna open a closet. Can I put the GoPro in the closet? How do I make it look like a single story? Or I didn't really make a shot list, but I was just thinking like, what are all the shots that I could add up to make a little story about making tea and change the atmospheres, or maybe like see what I can do with the story. So I was thinking like, what if I open a closet? Could I open the closet with the GoPro already filming me inside? How do I get all the shots? Where do I put the camera? When I was putting the GoPro in the closet, I noticed that you have to turn off auto exposure. Of course, this thing is so easy to use, but if you're putting it in a closet, you have to exposure lock it. So for the GoPro, you tap this screen and you get this little lock symbol, and then you just record from there and you're safe to go. Next up was the audio. This was a lot of fun, a lot of creative thinking on getting what sounds am I going to make to put under the sequence. So for example, what I have here is like when I was chopping the lemon or the orange or the ginger, I would also have to like record the sound separately, going taking the cutting on the board, or for example, when I took the knife out of the knife block, I wanted like this cool knife sound, so I recorded aluminum mug, and I went over it, making this zing sound when I took out the knife to make it look kind of like epic or whatever. So note to anybody who wants to do this all by themselves, it takes a lot of time. I was underprepared. I figured I could do everything in one day, but that proved to be not true at all. So it really surprised me how long it takes to do all this stuff, to get all the shots, to get all the sounds for the edit. It's insane. To record the guitars, create some different tracks and moods, that's intense. So I miscalculated on that. So for anybody who actually ever does any kind of video or audio recording or photography, one major thing you always have to keep in mind is the inverse square law. So when we're placing a microphone to record a sound, where do you put the microphone? Where do you record it? Do you record it on camera? Like, I never record on camera. I always get like my lav mic here so I can get it really close to my mouth. But if you're recording, the proximity of the microphone is super important for the sound quality you're gonna get. Same for light and your ISO settings. Is when you want a clear image, you have to like really be aware of how this inverse square law works. So let me grab a whiteboard and I'm going to explain this a little bit more clearly for you guys. So here's our chart on the inverse square law, which is a law that applies to light and sound. Imagine we have a light source emitting light rays in any direction. We could measure how much light is emitted at a certain distance. For example, here we are going to be measuring at 1 meter. At 1 meter, we measured that this power source is giving 60 watts per square meter. That's going to be our intensity, I for intensity. R is going to be our distance, it's going to be 1 meter, so I put the distance down right there. P is for power of the bulb. The equation of the inverse square law is intensity is power over 4 pi r square. The intensity is inversely related to 1 over the distance square. So if we measured 60 watts per square meter, we could see that the distance is 1, so 1 squared, 60 over 1 square equals 60 watts per square meter. So what happens if we double the distance? If we double the distance, we can see that the light is only hitting 1/4 of the surface. So let's add the 2 to the equation here. So 60 divided by 4 equals 20 watts per square meter. Now let's have a look if we triple the distance. So we take 3 meters. We're going to add that 3 to the equation here. So 60 over 3 square is 60 over 9 equals 6.66 watts per square meter. If you ever measure 6.66 watts per square meter, do not take an image. This is a divine sign from above that this is not okay. Okay, so I got that off my chest. Don't be too scared of this. I'm going to go a little bit deeper on this in the future because it is really important. So don't be scared and just please stay tuned for the next videos. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys got inspired by at least one of the things I did here or learned something. And I hope to see you guys next time. So again, please, if you like this video, hit the like and the subscribe button. And well, hope to see you guys next time. Peace out.